We come to you live on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by the pride of Plainfield, New Jersey. It's Jay Williams.
Look at you, giving my hometown some love. Respect to the Queen City. It's going to be a big-time game tonight. Let's see who's ready to play on the floor.
You are a king in those parts. You never forget where it all began. And we're ready to start this one at midcourt. Old school backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
George buries it.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets. To Irving. And he throws it down. Power play by DeAndre Jordan.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs a guard on the next play down the court.
Irving with the basketball. Leads one. Has a look. Not today. With a drop step. That's no good. To Leonard. Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm his team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for two.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximal effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line. To Leonard. Going to launch beyond the arc. Kawhi Leonard. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Irving knocks it down.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Beyond the arc for three.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Paul George is going to get 3 shots here. A career 84% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw. And he hits the second. Good shot, baby. Three for three. Nice. Nets have the basketball. Kyrie. Kyrie Irving. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
George. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Leonard. Tough shot. Well defended. To Durant. For 3, and Kevin Durant, all in one motion, hits it off the catch and shoot.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
George, they have to keep him in their grasp. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Into the front court, it's Irving. It's 14-12. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Off the mark. Irving brings the ball up court to Jordan. DeAndre Jordan, look out. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
For the safety of our players, we ask that you refrain from any flash pornography during the game. Thank you for your cooperation.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Subbing in for LA, number 23, Louis.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Dinwiddie into the front court. Leads 4. To Jordan. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
And hits the first free throw. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Clippers have the basketball. Leonard. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making a shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
George, the hot shooting continues. He's got 12 in the first quarter, including that trifecta.
And Ed, did you see how quick his release was? There was no wasted motion from the waist up.
Kyrie Irving for 2. Kyrie Irving. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. Baseline drive, but he can't finish.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
That's it for the first quarter. The Nets have the lead. Jay, 1 quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
Both teams are trying to feel each other out, but I like the aggression that both teams established in the first quarter. This is the first quarter league. The way you play in the opening minutes really sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Kawhi Leonard. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot in.
And he knocks it down, Jay. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Jumper's good.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Leonard. Textbook defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Irving. Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
Leonard. Tough shot. He hits.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Kyrie with the rock. and counted at the rim.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Kyrie across the timeline. They lead it. 4-point game. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Summer basketball camps. Space is limited, so you must act soon. Visit our team website for more details.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Kawhi Leonard. Tough matchup against Durant. Here's a chance from long range.
Brooklyn foul to number 7, Kevin Durant.
Kawhi Leonard is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 84% free throw shooter. First one, count it. It's the second. One more coming. Knocks down all 3 at the line. Goes reverse to lay it in.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Irving into the front court. Up 5. Kevin Durant. He's 2 for 2 now. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
Got it.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2" guard. Scary.
Leonard. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Driving right to the basket. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Another follow, still no good. Durant, knocked loose. Clippers have it. And a throwdown.
That transition offense was flawless. When guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency, you heard me correctly, a sense of urgency, you will get a great shot every possession.
Here comes the screen. Even to Zubats. Huge block. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. New blood coming in for both sides.
Stepping in, number 20.
Draws the contact. And Jordan will go to the line to shoot 2.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. Kawhi Leonard, defended by Kevin Durant. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Kevin Durant. He's now 4 for 6.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
George to Leonard. From long range. Well defended. Here's Irving into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. Durant add 2 points to the board.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Knocks down the first. Second and 3 is good. Perfect from the line. It's all 3 of them. Irving with the basketball. His team up by 7. Durant. And drains it.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Leonard. That misses with 3 seconds left. That's it. First half has come to an end with the Nets in front. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. George, that's good D. Shot no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Paul George to Leonard. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
All right, you got the first bucket of the second half. Now get a stop, because honestly, that's where your troubles were in the first.
And he hits.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Paul George rejects it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
LA Clippers with the basketball. George, defended by Kevin Durant. Paul George, with that, he's 5 for 9.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Can't get past the defender. Irving. Fires the 3. He was all over him.
This always happens. You knock down a lot of shots in the first half, and in the second half, you start to lose your rhythm. You need to have the legs. Shoot at the pinnacle of that jumper.
Into the front court, it's Irving. Up by 6. Fires the 3. Oh, that's how it's done.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
Kawhi Leonard against KD. And throws it down.
I mean, Ed, I get more and more impressed with guys' ability to shift their body. If that's a Euro step, a side step, however they find a way to get through traffic and finish like that. Whew.
Count the basket at the rim.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Nets have it. Durant to Irving. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
No, no, no. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
Misses the first. Knocks down the second after missing the first. To Paul George. Leonard. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off 3-point shots.
And the Clippers have the rebound. Leonard. To Beverly. Lets it fly from long range, and Patrick Beverly plays with so much confidence. Zero hesitation, knocks it down.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball, Bang, that's how he set it up.
To Leonard. Beverly to Leonard. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Kevin Durant lets it fly. Shot won't go. Paul George able to recover with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And he throws it down. Power play by DeAndre Jordan. Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a two-point ball game. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Entering the game for the Los Angeles.
PG lets it fly and scores.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Scores from the post.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Kyrie across the timeline. Lead is 2. Montrezl Harrell snatching it out of the air. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Oh, he was wide open. And it's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
One of the best in the biz right there. Maybe the best.
Screen coming. Irving. And it's good.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Beverly into the front court. Shot clock off as they trail by 3. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Brooklyn basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. And that halftime lead, it was cut down in the third.
And just because the numbers on the scoreboard say that you're winning doesn't mean that the feeling on the court implies that. This team is gaining momentum. If you don't do something to gain your momentum back, they're going to come back and win this game.
Won't go down. Durant across the timeline. Up 6. To Jordan. DeAndre Jordan, look out.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Irving into the front court. His team on top by 8. Oh, he had it. Williams into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. To Jordan. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it. Williams. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Kyrie Irving lines it up for two, knocks it down from mid-range.
We're watching the clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Williams. To Leonard. Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Here's Irving into the front court. Leads 5. Jordan to Irving. Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. Count the basket. Timeout called here by the Clippers. That's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with 1 remaining.
And this is where habits come into play. Players think they can turn that switch on and off at their beckoning call, but it doesn't work that way. That's why coaches talk about practicing good habits on a daily basis, because they show up in the fourth.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. George. Message received. Well defended.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Down low to Jordan. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
KD with the rock. Ah, the monster stuff.
I mean, if you have athletic ability like that guy offensively, as soon as you beat your man, if you don't beat him off the ground for the jump, you have no chance.
Leonard to George. Beyond the arc for 3. And Paul George good on the quick release there.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Kyrie. He's looking for that touch.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Here comes the screen.
Screen right.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
To Durant. Trying to cash in. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Bread and butter, and there are few that can do it better off the screen.
Leonard. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Kawhi Leonard against KD. For 3, he's had a good shooting performance, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no one else pretty much helped out. As a coach, I would be irate that nobody helped pick up the slack. Look, one man can never be 5.
George. Not that time. Irving with the basketball. Up a dozen. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. Wide open look won't go. It's the Nets who are victorious.